Welcome to the Emerge Podcast, where Ronnie Doss shares insights regarding life, leadership, and personal development. For more of our resources, visit ronniedoss.com. Now, let's join the podcast.
Hi there, this is Ronnie Doss. My team and I are really excited that you decided to stop by. You know, I've spent the last decade working with individuals from all over the world to help them transform their thinking and enhance their life experience. Not only do I train teams at some of the most successful companies and organizations in the world, I offer coaching programs specifically designed for individuals much like yourself that are committed to increasing productivity and achieving personal goals. I've had powerful mentors along the way that have taught me principles that absolutely shifted how I was living my life, and those principles I want to share with you. My passion is people, and there's nothing more exciting than seeing a life transformed for the better. This is what I've decided to give my life to. So hop over to ronniedoss.com to check out some of the video programs I personally designed to help you build stronger relationships, improve your communication skills, and develop an intentional mindset. I know these resources will assist you in finding a greater sense of purpose, staying focused on what matters, and breaking through old mental barriers. Get ready. This is your time. So today I want to talk to you about the problem. You know, there's 4 phases, 4 levels of this, and I think it will help you. I think we can look at where we're at and ask ourselves, okay, which one am I at, and how am I going to proceed and move forward? Right? I think a lot of times we're waiting on some more knowledge and some more information to do the right thing. I think we're waiting on somebody else to give us permission or tell us that it's okay, or somebody to share with us some insight that gives us some paradigm shift or some aha epiphany moment where we say, okay, now I can do something. But I want to lay out for you today 4 levels of thinking, 4 levels of consciousness, I would say. And I think these really are paramount, especially right now in the time that we're in. I think first things first, what we want to look at is the first level of belief as it pertains to a problem. And that's where we say, they are the problem. They. Now, they is somebody out there. It's somebody that we see, so we get to point the finger. Now, whether that's a different religious group, somebody of a different skin color, maybe that's somebody with a different education level, went to a different school, maybe it's somebody from a different political party. They are the problem. They are the problem. And so with that, I get to relinquish all my accountability and any responsibility to do anything because I point out that they are the problem. So my energy and my focus is on something outside of myself or what I can do. And so when we say they are the problem, it's like somebody coming to me in a training and saying, hey, Ronnie, can you help me? My spouse does this and I don't like it. And then I turn around and I'll ask them, I say, well, if your spouse is doing that, let me ask you one question. What is it about your attitude and your energy and the whole context for which you approach the situation? What is it about you that provokes them to believe that that's the solution to their life? What is it about you that provokes them into behaving in this way? The person say, well, I've never thought of that, or I don't think that that's the case. Well, it is the case. It is. Because until we start to change the way we look at certain things and put off a certain energy toward that thing, we're probably going to get a whole lot more of what we already have. And so when I say they are the problem, it relinquishes accountability from me. Because now nobody's focused on me. We're focused on them. They are the problem. And that's a very negative energy to put on a situation, is they are the problem. Here's a second level of thought. I go from thinking they are the problem to where I go, well, maybe I'm the problem. So I'm the problem. Now, I've done talks before where I have contextualized this that way, where I say we are all our problem. And on some levels that can be true, but you'll understand as I lay this out a little further what I mean. But I don't think that I am the problem. I don't think that they are the problem. I don't. But if I think that I am the problem, I put a negative energy into the situation, which would be that I'm discriminating against myself for what I think I should have done right that now doesn't look how I think it should have looked. It's the same way of me pointing the finger at them and saying they are the problem. When I point the finger at me, I'm the problem. I discriminate against myself. I discriminate against other people. And so I bring this discrimination into my sphere, my circle, my energy. And so that's where we got to be real careful. Because at that point, now, we don't have to be accountable. All we have to do is just keep living, pointing the finger at someone and not really doing anything. It's an energy. So now, they're not the problem. I'm the problem. And some people just love to kick their own butt, tear themselves down, tell themselves they're never going to do it right. they feel like they're the problem. And so when I feel like I'm the problem, I feel shame, I feel guilt, I feel like I'm not doing it right, and that leads to anxiety. And anxiety is where I become a little bit paranoid, and I'm looking at everything going, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And I bring this overall energy to the situation. And so a lot of people are that, well, I'm the problem. I know I'm the problem in my life. Boy, I looked around to find the problem, who was causing the problem, and I found that it's me. And on some levels, that can be a nice awareness. But to stay there thinking you're the problem, I think you wind up bringing an energy that's not very, very good. The third level of thinking, right, this is the big one. This is where we say, well, we are all the problem. It's all of us. We're the problem. Well, kind of the same deal. Now we're discriminating against everybody. Now we're just buying people into our circle, pulling them into our problems, pushing people into other people's problems because obviously they are the problem too. So now it's this jump back and forth from victim island to persecutor island. Now I persecute them because they're the problem. I act like a victim because I know I'm the problem too, and now I'm a victim to my own perspectives, and nobody feels good. We're just blaming everybody, and now everybody's the problem. So we are all the problem. So here's the fourth one. All right, this is the fourth level, and I want to touch on this one really quick, but maybe none of us are the problem. Maybe the fourth level is that we're all the solution. Like all the problems that we have been caused by us, but at the same time, it's us that can solve them. So instead of looking at us as all the problem, maybe we say, hey, we're all the solution. And if we're all the solution, then that means that there's something that I can do to help solve the problem. What would that be? When you figure out what that is and what you're going to bring to the game, that's where you become powerful. That's where now you have a different energy, a different come from, a creative energy on how to do something that maybe hasn't been done already because you're the solution. I've talked many times about my mentor always saying, hey, solve the problem. That phrase has stuck with me for so long. And if I say solve the problem, then I'm saying, yes, there is a problem. There are some things that just don't seem to be working well. But as many people have put it, is that the problem, the obstacle or the challenge, that's the way. Well, what is it the way to? Well, it's the way to transcend the problem to become something more on the other side. And so if I'm really about becoming something more and bringing something more and something better, then I must be the solution. And if you're the solution, you could look at your team and go, hey, the team's not working together well. I'm the solution. My family, there's some discord here. I'm the solution. My kids, they're acting crazy. Like what? I'm the solution. You see, a young kid, think about this. A young kid doesn't know how to do something. And so what our jobs is, I believe, as parents or guardians, is that we break things down in a way that a person that, like my daughter who's 6, that a 6-year-old set of eyes can see it. I don't tell her that she's the problem. She's 6. I don't tell her that I'm the problem. But I say, we can figure this out. So let's talk about it. Let's look at this in a way that we're open to what we may find. Let's be creative here. And let's figure out some ways to solve the problem. Standing in that place of all of us being solution, I think empowers us versus disempowers us. I think it gives us the ability, the opportunity to stand strong, showing the best versions of ourselves to the world, knowing that we're not perfect, but we do have the capacity within us to figure things out. And if I can bring that energy to the situation, that energy becomes contagious. And the next thing you know, everybody's looking to be solution. And if we're all solution together, we're finding ways that work. And guess what? Over time, we could solve any problem. We could. That's what I know about us. And so my challenge for you today is, are you going to be the solution? You going to be the solution to your marriage? You going to be the solution to your health issues? You going to be the solution to your money issues if you have them? You going to be solution to some of the challenges within your family, with your team, on your job, with our communities, with our nation, with our world? You going to be solution? Or are you going to point the finger saying they're the problem? Because I think enough is enough. Pointing the finger hasn't worked. That's been the game political parties have played for many, many years now. Since the founding of different political parties, is pointing the finger one to the other. And that becomes the game. That becomes the focus versus, hey, let's be solution here. If we could get people bought in to being solution because we lead by example, man, what we could create is profound. This is Ronnie Doss. Thanks for being on here today. Hope you enjoyed this. Let's think about it. They're not the problem. I'm not the problem. We're not the problem. We're solution. I'm going to be the solution today. So let's do it. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.